What's going on YouTube and social media fam? It's your boy J. Rue and
Kungfu
coming at you live over here in Austin, Texas. We got a lot of news to cover today. Little time to get to it, so we're just going to jump right in it. But I guess we're going to start off with good old DC, huh?
DC, Warner Brothers, HBO Max, Discovery Plus, all that shit. Just
Man,
all something together.
Yeah, you know, the good, the bad, the uncertain, the keep getting worse. You know, we'll talk about Ezra Miller here, shortly. But I guess to kind of start off, Kungfu, why don't you hit us with the Warner Brothers Discovery merger? I guess you could say earnings call.
So pretty much, I don't know if you guys know or not, the new head of Warner Brothers is David Zaslav. He's definitely making an impact. He's doing things, depending on how you look at it, he's trying to do the right thing for everyone, for the bigger picture of Warner Brothers, especially DC. He has a bigger goal in mind than just doing the dumb shit that the previous regime of Warner Brothers was doing, especially with DC.
Which, you know, I mean, in retrospect, you know, when they had Jeff Johns, for Christ's sake.
At one point, yes.
You know, who is a world-renowned writer for DC. He's currently got his own, I guess you could say, his own property IP out right now in comics, is doing well as well. So to me, it was just crazy that DC couldn't get it together. And but I'm going off tangent. I'll let you finish.
Like Warner Brothers have had its big dogs, CEOs for the last couple of years, multiple ones. No, it's been insane. But the news first broke last week, Tuesday or Wednesday, that Batgirl was getting scrapped. Multiple rumors came out that Batgirl was shit. Just put as best I can, that people saw it and said it's horrible, like it's bad. It was pretty much to make its money off of it, it's best to scrap it and use it as a tax write-off, because they say it was really, really bad. Which also, I don't know if they saw Scoob, but once Batgirl got scrapped, Scoob was next, part 2 of Scoob. They felt like those two movies alone was not fitting in the new regime or the new strategy of Warner Brothers, especially DC. So that kind of started off. Then the next day, rumor dropped, which ended up being pretty much announced during the earnings call that happened on the 4th of August, is that HBO Max, the streaming service, will be merged with Discovery Plus. So sometime next summer, 2023, both streaming services will be merged. David Zaslav, he has it. Like I said before, he has a bigger picture in mind. Mm-hmm. He feels like a lot of movies from Warner Brothers, DC, anything they do, it needs to be theatrical. It needs to be. No more of the streaming service bullshit. No. When COVID happened, as you guys probably know, the previous regime, they took all their movies and sent them to streaming, every single one of them, which affected everyone. They affected partnerships with studios, partnerships with actors, actresses, everyone involved. It was horrible overall. And so David Zaslav, he's trying to fix that. He's trying to make amends, shake with their hands. Hey, butter pocket. What we gotta do to kind of get back to where Warner Brothers need to be when it comes to DC properties and other IPs that is on the Warner Brothers. So his main thing is actually getting movies back in the theaters. If once he sees a movie and his team and they feel like this is a great movie put in the theaters, he's going to do it. If he has one inkling of a movie that he doesn't feel right, he's not going to put in the theaters. It's not going to right. He wants the best. He wants the premium. He wants to make sure us fans gets that satisfaction of a top-notch movie that's coming from Warner Brothers, which I applaud him for that. I give him that.
I agree. I think it's a bold move and probably the best way to steer the ship. However, I don't really 100% believe the rumors. Me personally, that Batgirl was horrible. From what I found on online from some people that had insider sources. So number one, the test screening was only for Warner Brothers. So there was no outside audience involved. So it's hard to say whether it was dog shit, crazy, not good at all. Because we're looking at it from, unfortunately, and this is where I kind of get a little bit out of shape, and I'll explain here in a second. Unfortunately, you're looking at it by somebody that's trying to cash a check and keep the business going. And I 100% understand and agree with that to a certain extent. However, with the previous regime giving it, I think, $90 million was the budget? It was basically going to be a made-for-TV movie anyway.
Yeah, it was like $90 million for Batgirl because The Flash is like $200 million budget.
So we already knew it was going to be that way. Secondly, you had two directors that have been getting a lot of praise for their work on Miss Marvel. Now, I personally have yet to see Miss Marvel, but the episodes that they did do apparently have the best overall scores and ratings from other viewers and bloggers and commenters and you name it, reviewers and things like that. So, I feel bad. I personally, I think maybe as a human being, I just feel bad because these people do art. This is art, whether it's an indie movie or a comic book movie or a gangster movie or an action-packed, no holds barred, over the top, no way in God's green earth is it believable action movie. It's still somebody's art, somebody's vision. And to just be basically at the finish line. I mean, I believe that the rumors are that the movie was about 95% done. They were already
about 95%.
Like 2 weeks left of post-production. To just scrap it that way, I just don't think that was a good look. That, number one, is not a good look. Number two, if they're trying to build inclusion and diversity, you just fired two directors that are, I'm just going to be honest, they're not white. Okay? You also canned a movie with a Latina lead.
Yeah.
So it's not a good look. And I think one of the people that I look up to, Kevin Smith, also made that same comment on Sunday on one of his podcast shows. It's just not a good look. It doesn't look good. But, and we'll talk about Ezra Miller here in a second, but you're going to go with The Flash, where your titular actor of your main character is in heaps of trouble right now.
Oh my God.
I just that to me just is beyond me. But again, if they thought it was a better movie, I'm still waiting for my offer letter to come in through email or Twitter or whatever. I will run DC properties for Warner Brothers. You can pay me $100,000 a year, and I know that that's probably like 3 or 4 times less than what those people normally make. I don't care. I will do it.
And I'll be the assistant.
Yes. Just give me some bonus points on the box office. I'll be happy.
Right.
But
and see, in my opinion is that, and I've seen other people, and it makes sense. So the best way that people put it, when they scrapped it, and the reason why they did what they did was, here's the best way how some people have seen it. Let's say you go to a restaurant, you order a steak. Okay, you order a steak medium well.
Medium rare.
So let's say it comes out from the cook, from the kitchen, it's burnt. I'm not gonna be like, well, I felt bad for that chef for making my steak. I'm gonna eat it anyway. Fuck that. That bitch is going back. I didn't pay for the steak. I want you to make me another one. That's kind of how I see it. I'm like, that makes sense because it's the steak's going in the trash anyway, but they're gonna probably make another one that could be better.
Right. And like I said, I get it. I understand. To me, it's just like you did so much with. I mean, let's put it like this: James Cameron, okay, one of the best directors of all time, made Aliens. Probably, and in my top 5 of sequels movies of all time is number 2 because I don't have a number 1 because I just can't pick one. But is my number 2 sequel movie of all time, and he made that for less than $20 million. So, if you can have a masterpiece for less than $20 million, now you're gonna say, well, inflation and this. Okay, let's just say that. Could we have something that was could be akin to and don't get me wrong, Zack Snyder's Justice League was no by far perfect or better than the other one. There were some better things about it. It had a more cohesive story to it, but could it be on that level or better? But we'll never know.
Who knows? You know something? They say scrap it. Who knows? Maybe they hold on to it for a couple of years and do the unreleased or whatever. Put on DVD, Blu-ray.
Yeah.
And see if there's any sales from it and that kind of deal. I don't know. It's just we'll definitely see on that aspect of it. So
I mean, I will say that you can definitely tell that it was a $90 million budgeted movie. A lot of people said that they didn't like the costumes and some of the behind the scene footage. You can tell that there was budget. I mean, it's a $90 million comic book movie of a property that was going to have some of the set footage that I saw had some pretty spectacular stunts and scenes.
Yeah.
So you could tell they put the money where it mattered, which, and not to say that the costume doesn't matter, but I mean, I could see that. But I don't know. I feel bad. I feel bad for the directors. I lean more towards the artists and getting their work out there. But you know what? I'm pretty sure Marvel's going to welcome them back with open arms for season 2 of Miss Marvel or a full-length feature film. So
yeah, it's possible.
Very, very possible.
Yeah,
but,
and kind of like with the rest of the DC stuff that happened in that call, of course, Black Adam, Shazam, the Flash is still coming out. As of right now, Warner Brothers has a 10-year plan for DC.
Alleged
10-year plan that's being overlooked by Alan Horn. And if you know Alan Horn, he was the right-hand man to Bob Iger. And so right now Alan Horn is looking for his DC version of Killer Feige, which will be damn near impossible. They're probably out there. We have a hand right here, so you can throw his name in the hat. So that's kind of what he's looking for because they feel like they could do the exact same thing that Marvel does over at DC, which they have the properties and their main focus right now on DC is Superman. That's what their core is going to be about. Is that pretty much Superman's going to be the focus, and they need to get that shit together because damn it, Henry Cavill either come back or just who knows. They actually may move on at this point. It's possible right now. They may everything that's being done right now is done. Like once they get done with Flash is done. Once they get done with Aquaman and those kind of movies, that's probably it for the old regime of DC characters. Just pretty much have a whole new bunch of new Superman, new Wonder Woman, new Aquaman.
And I 100% agree with that because my fear is it seems like, and this is just kind of early rumors, there have been some people that have seen a good majority of Black Adam. And it seems like that they're going to substitute Black Adam for Superman to kind of carry the DCU, or EU, for this 10-year project, which, I mean, not that I have anything against Black Adam as a character, but The Rock is 50 years old.
Right.
And if you're talking about a 10-year, like, he's 60, and I'm not saying he couldn't do it, but a 60-year-old man playing Black Adam, it's just not going to work.
And The Rock did say the hierarchy of DC will change. He said that shit for the last 10 years earlier, he always said that one line is that the new hierarchy of DC has officially changed.
Just wait.
And
just wait.
Look, he was foreshadowing this shit, or unless he knew stuff from back then, which is hilarious to me.
But for me, I would say you've already established Robert Pattinson as your Batman. He's a younger guy. Stick with him.
Mm-hmm. I'm cool with that.
Obviously, with the Flash, you're going to reset everything. Yes, all new actors for Wonder Woman, for Superman, for Aquaman, for Martian Manhunter. At this point, you haven't shown us anything for Green Lantern or the Green Lantern Corps show, which is still apparently in limbo, or we don't know yet.
Don't know that one.
So you go with the younger cast. I mean, late 20s, early 30s. If you're going to put a 10-year plan in place, go with younger, fresh actors that younger generations are wanting to see on the screen and take over these roles. Now, having that been said, if you're going to cast these actors, please make sure that we take a look at the source material, okay,
right,
and stick with that, okay, because most everybody's probably figured out by now. I'm more of a Marvel guy than DC, but I collect comics of all of everything out there. DC's been around a lot longer than Marvel has, and has more of a rich era, so they have a lot to pull from. But I mean, I agree with you, and I hope that they use Superman as a glue that puts everything together, because as much as I loved Henry Cavill as Superman, I think he's kind of just moved on from that character. I think he's having so much success with The Witcher, and I don't think maybe he does want to come back, and if he does, okay, great. But
or just cast him as Captain Britain? Was it Captain Britain?
Captain Britain for Marvel? Yeah, I mean, I was almost hoping that he would have been Hercules, but that's neither here nor there. That's still great casting for that role, by the way, anyways. But
yes, it was.
I just think DC's got their work cut out for them. They're really going to have to show fans what this 10-year plan looks like. At least announce, if you're going to have a 10-year plan and you don't know what these names of these movies are going to be, just put characters up there. That's all you got to do. Put some characters up there. Hey, 2023, we're going to have Flash 2. We're going to have this. We're going to have that. And just move it on down the line. And just give us what you have planned. And stick with it. If you're not going to stick with it, you're not going to keep the fans. You're just not.
Yeah. Now, it would be really cool if they decided to rename the Flash movie to Batman Flashpoint.
I mean, that's the other thing is, my big fear is I don't want everything to be about Batman either, because I love Batman as a character, but to me, he's not the glue that sticks everybody together. And I think that's what they try to do with Ben Affleck.
Yeah.
And it doesn't work. It has to be Superman. Or even better, whoever your new Flash is going to be, have him be the glue that keeps everybody together, because I think that's going to be the motivational aspect for fans to be like, damn, okay, now we got a brand new Flash. He's reset everything. We're going to have all new actors. Okay, everything's going to center around this. Who's going to be the main threat? I honestly 100% they need to go with Darkseid as the main threat. If not, if you're gonna base it around Superman, make it a big level threat like Brainiac. That would be my big thing. Is every little thing that's going on is Brainiac moving pieces around or whatnot. So that would be my suggestion. Again, I'm available, Warner Brothers.
And speaking of the Flash, so let's go ahead and get into this shit real fast. And that's just, it is what it is at this point.
Yeah.
Okay, so this motherfucker here, Ezra Miller, this bitch here got accused again.
Not accused. They issued a warrant for arrest.
A warrant for his arrest for from what they say, stealing alcohol out of someone's house. Probably the most simplest crimes he's done.
Well,
compared to what, him slapping a chick or whatever,
he slapped the fan
and then choking the chick, whatever.
Yeah, and then assaulted somebody at a karaoke in Hawaii, and then assaulted, I guess, the owner of the Airbnb in Hawaii as well. So
Yeah.
Not to mention, and again, these are all one. Now, everything else is not a rumor; those are 100% facts.
Oh yeah, it's all facts.
But the rumor of the nasty stuff that's going on between where he's at in Vermont with kids and his, I guess somebody that was in a band with him witnessed some stuff. It's just crazy, and I think release the movie. If Warner Brothers was trying to pull a PR stunt, don't have him at the premiere.
Oh no, I could tell you now what's going to happen. I could tell you now what's going to happen.
Is it going to be the meme of Billy Crystal as being pushed up on stage in the Hannibal Lecter outfit?
That'd be hilarious. That'd be
from I think like the '92 Oscars or something like that.
That'd be funny.
I saw that meme today. I thought that was hilarious.
So I would not be surprised. Already, as of right now, Ezra Miller he's already been fired. He's done playing the fact. Yeah, they did behind the scenes fire. They fired his ass a long time ago. Guaranteed, he's gone.
I would say maybe a long time ago, but I would definitely say probably like last week or the week before.
I think longer than that. I think before that. I think when the first shit started popping off about the whole shit with the girl and slapping children.
I think they just got done doing reshoots, but I could be wrong. But I wouldn't surprise me either way.
Yeah, I think he already got fired behind the scenes because he's not doing no press.
Yeah.
When this movie come out, he gonna be nowhere near this. I wouldn't be surprised they do any press for this movie. I wouldn't be surprised if this movie just drops in the theaters, no press, because you already know people gonna ask the actors of the Flash, like Michael Keaton and other actors, hey, tell us about working with Ezra Miller, whatever. Just to scrap all of that, don't have no press, just release the movie, earn as much as you can off this $20 million budget. 4 or 5 months later, put it out on DVD and be done with it.
Yeah.
Like try to avoid as much bad, because he's already doing out his bad shit anyway.
Yeah,
and
he's not doing any damage control whatsoever.
He's like zero damage control.
Yeah.
Like at this point, everyone, I won't be surprised if there's no red carpet, there's no circuit going around. You won't see the actors on any TV shows doing interviews, whatever.
I don't think DC or Warner Brothers will do that. They're going to have some sort of press because they need this movie to relaunch DC. As a brand.
That's possible, yeah.
So I think there'll be some press. It won't be major press. I think you'll probably have Michael Keaton doing rounds. Homegirl that's playing Sasha Calleja, that's playing Supergirl. I think you'll have her doing some press for it, but.
And then they might have it to where the reporters can't ask no questions about.
It'll be no comment.
All Ezra Miller questions, no comment.
Yeah,
whatever.
just don't even ask.
Yeah.
Like you'll probably interview the director.
Here's all the forbidden words: Ezra Miller, Ezra. Anything, any
EM.
Yeah, EM. Any
Another time.
Right. Any name that's over the E, like just like on Twitter, you block names, you're gonna have it where you block this name, block this name, block this name.
Yeah,
that would be hilarious.
I never wish bad upon anybody. I hope he gets his life together. He is unfortunately, not unfortunately. Let me rephrase that. He is. That's funny.
So right now, guys. If you watch this on YouTube, I pulled up. There's a meme right here that says 0 days since 0 days since last Ezra Miller incident is under the post for what happened to him recently. So that's just fucking hilarious.
That's funny.
That's very funny.
Because he is a very talented actor. The first time I ever saw him in a movie, which is actually one of my favorite movies, is The Perks of Being a Wallflower. And then, I watched, We Got to Talk About Kevin, which he was extremely disturbing in that movie, but acted phenomenally. So, I was really hopeful to see what he will do. But, I mean, at this point, I don't know. I think he will be, he'll unfortunately be an actor that probably nobody will want to touch for quite some time.
He's going to get the Kevin Spacey treatment.
Yeah, well, yeah, he may. But I definitely want to go back to talking about some of the properties that they did not bring up during the earnings call. What fans are asking about are what about, right? That's the main question. Well, what about? I mean, if they're scrapping all of the scripted shows, I think that was one of the things, right?
They scrapped a lot of scripted shows.
What about Doom Patrol? What about Titans? What about Young Justice? What about Harley Quinn? Which three out of those four are big hitters for them. They're actually critically acclaimed. One of which has catapulted an actor back into the limelight, which Brendan Fraser. Brendan Fraser is on Doom Patrol, plays one of the characters. So
I'm happy they scrapped Gotham Knights.
Oh,
that bush.
Oh yeah.
See, that was an old regime that called that one. People were like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Like Batman had a son, he's an alcoholic, all the bullshit.
Yeah.
Like, what the? That trailer,
it was really bad.
That was
really bad.
That was trash.
But so you got those properties that everybody's like, well, what about this? What about that? So, it's tough. I think Titans was on its way up. Unfortunately, it took 3 seasons to kind of get there. But Doom Patrol is fantastic. I have yet to watch any of the Harley, but it's critically acclaimed. A lot of people like it.
Yeah, I heard great things about Harley Quinn.
Young Justice, I mean, it's still Young Justice. It's still good. So it's kind of rough right now. I feel like I said, for my heart goes out to the artists that all work behind the scenes, either in front of the camera, behind the camera, or holding the pencils and do the art and the makeup and all that. They put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears to get that product out there, and if it's just in limbo, I feel bad. But,
yeah, I'm just looking forward to my 90-Day Fiancé universe, baby. Oh yeah, that's my shit. So sorry, people. I love 90-Day Fiancé. My wife got me hooked on it.
Lord.
That's my franchise. So, but yeah, so we'll see also too with the streaming service next year how they're going to combine HBO Max and Discovery Plus for all the shows. I'm looking here. You got HBO, Discovery, CNN, HGTV, Cartoon Network, DC, Looney Tunes. And of course, you have the major franchises: Game of Thrones, House of Dragons. Things like that is still going to be out there. Harry Potter, and of course, you still have your other big bang shows.
That's the other thing that they didn't talk about. Is Harry Potter done? Are they going to move forward with another Fantastic Beasts? They didn't talk about that at all either. So, according to the plan, it was supposed to be a 5-movie deal. So we still got 2 more movies.
Yeah, I've never seen any of the.
So in the last one, we got a little bit of a tease of Dumbledore fighting Grindelwald. So I want to see that battle. I want to see that battle play out. I want it to be. Look. I'll do part-time for Harry Potter as well too, Warner Brothers. So listen, give us the Star Wars Episode 3 Revenge of the Sith treatment. A 30-minute battle between Grindelwald and Dumbledore. Please. It needs to be a 30-minute spectacle. We need to see the 2 greatest wizards of their time, at that time, duke it out, and it needs to be a spectacle. So that's my 2 cents.
Gotcha. Yeah. A couple things else from the call. Zaslav, he actually gave a shout out to House of Dragons, Ted Lasso, and Abbott Elementary, which is a fucking amazing show. If you guys ever watch Abbott Elementary, you will die laughing. As content that resonates with customers, with consumers that they like. He just stressed about theatrical.
Which I will say, I am all 100% on board with quality versus quantity.
Yes, that's actually what he mentioned. It's called. He believes in that too as well. Yeah. He totally believes in quality. Of course, he also he gave high praise to the Batman and Elvis as showing what he wants DC and pretty much Warner Brothers movies to have that vibe of more of what Elvis gave, which I love Elvis. And the Batman, which
the King.
Yeah, which Elvis, Batman was an amazing movie.
To be fair, both of those movies have phenomenal directors. Matt Reeves.
Matt Reeves.
You know, a great director.
Boss Lehman.
Baz Luhrmann.
Baz Luhrmann.
Yeah, a phenomenal director. Which, you know, my very first experience with Baz Luhrmann was Romeo and Juliet back in the '90s, which was a fantastic movie.
Hold on, which one is that? Is that the
Leonardo DiCaprio?
Oh, Christina fucking loves that goddamn movie.
That movie's great.
She adores that movie. Like yeah,
it's fantastic. I mean, not to mention, and R.I.P. to Paul Sorvino playing Juliet's dad in that movie.
Oh yeah,
which he was, you know, operatic and he fit that role, you know, tremendously. So yeah, John Leguizamo, my boy. Playing Tybalt in that movie, oh, it was fantastic. It's a great movie. Great movie. Wow. I love anything Baz Luhrmann does. I love. Yep. Australia, I'm a little on the fence about, but I liked.
Right, and a quick, like you said, R.I.P. to Olivia Newton-John. Just recently passed. Once again, my wife Christina, you go by her name. Caught her a lot in these podcasts. She loves Grease. That's one of her favorite movies of all time is Grease. So
it's definitely one of my favorite movies of all time. I'm going to share an insight on and probably tell a little bit about myself.
Okay.
When I was little, okay, I would cry if Grease was on TV and I didn't get to see it from the beginning because I wanted to see the cartoon. The cartoon opening. I would cry. I would literally cry.
For a moment there, I thought you were going to say when you was a kid, you was like, hey, yeah. I thought you were going to pull that move.
I did used to do the Grease lightning dance all the time.
I believe you.
So, you know.
Hey, Sandy, Sandy, oh, where's my head, yeah? Oh. I was kind of expecting that for a moment, for a second there.
No, not. I know all the words to all the songs, so that gives you any clue about that. Which I will say, on the way up here on the radio, they did play "Hopelessly Devoted to You," and it just.
Oh really?
Yeah, I got a little tear in my eye, man, because she did have a phenomenal voice. She Olivia Newton-John could sing, so I don't think we appreciated that enough of her. But you know, rest in peace, Olivia Newton-John. Paul Sorvino. Again, with everything from TV to film, a phenomenal actor. Paulie in Goodfellas to, you know, I think Law and Order. I think he was on there.
Yeah. You know, speaking of Goodfellas, I think this is a weird stat. I think 3 people died from Goodfellas this year. Him, Ray Liotta.
Oh, Ray Liotta.
And the other guy. I think he was in Goodfellas as well. The one that was in Sopranos.
Oh, yeah.
All 3 died this year.
Yeah.
And I was in Goodfellas.
Wow.
That's creepy.
That is really creepy.
When you think about it, I'm like, what the fuck? Like,
and that's not planned, folks. We just you just came up with that.
So I thought about that shit like a couple of weeks ago. I was talking to a friend of mine at work, and she was like, what? I'm like, yeah, think about it. And she was like, oh my God, that is weird. I'm like, yeah, it's like all 3 different actors from Goodfellas have died this year.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's creepy if you think about it.
It's really creepy. Really. Ooh.
I blame Joe Pesci on that one.
Yeah.
Joe Pesci.
Joe Pesci, Keep Joe Pesci alive.
I blame him. or Robert De Niro. This whole Goodfellas mob thing. Shit going on behind the scenes. So.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's pretty much Warner Brothers in a nutshell, right?
Yep. That's pretty much what they say. That's all, folks, for that one. So
yeah,
that's it for that one.
I mean, the only thing we can look at is the bright side, right? To quote an animated movie that my daughter Penelope loves, once you reach rock bottom, you got nowhere else to go but up. So,
what is that?
Sing.
I love that girl. I love her so much. I'm like, that little girl be going crazy shit. God damn. Lord have mercy.
Yeah. I guess on the Marvel side, today, if you guys have been seeing the socials, there have been some leaked set photos.
Yeah.
Well, maybe not leaked. Some set photos taken from Ironheart. There is some pictures out there in full. Ironheart, Iron Williams, Riri, whatever they're going to go with. Ironheart, please don't change it. You said before we came on that it looked very much like Metroid, and
It does.
Now that I kind of think about it, it does look that way.
All she gotta do is, isn't Metroid colors red and something?
Red, green, yeah.
If her suit comes looking like Metroid, I'm like, God damn, we watching a Metroid movie. This ain't a Marvel movie. What the hell is this? It's crazy.
It does look like it's a at least either well, depending on what she has, and I guess thanks to Funko, we know she has pieces of armor in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Whether or not she has a full set of armor, we don't know, but it definitely does seem like this is maybe a Mark 1 or Mark 1.5 at this point. But I will say, Chef's Kiss, Anthony Ramos looks amazing as the Hood. Now, hopefully they do the character justice, but the Hood is one of my favorite villains that's out there for Marvel. So if from the way he looks to the action sequences to everything else, I'm on board right now.
I didn't know about this though. So I'm on Twitter right now, guys. I see Agna Harkness will make an appearance in Ironheart. She's going to be the magic advisor to the Hood. Interesting.
Well, how did she get out of?
Well, I think that's what her show's going to be about. Because I think, doesn't Ironheart... Hold on, what part of the timeline does Ironheart comes out? Is it before?
I think it's before
House of
Harkness, yeah.
Or is it after?
I think it's before. I think because they're going to ride the coattails of Black Panther Wakanda Forever, so...
I don't remember. I'm going to look it up on that
I'll have to look at that, yeah.
Yeah, see it.
But interesting either way, because I was explaining to Daniel that the hood that he does wear, the hood and cape, is a magical artifact that does imbue him with special abilities. So, again, a great character to start off with. Definitely can use him with Doctor Strange or any of the Midnight Suns, characters. That'd be awesome to see him and Moon Knight go at it once. That would be cool to see too. So.
Oh, that's him. That's Anthony Ramos.
Mm-hmm.
I'm used to seeing him with short hair.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because I saw his face, but that picture, I know him with short hair in different films and movies and that kind of deal. I said, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
In the Heights.
That's right. He was in the Heights. Yes.
Yeah. So.
Interesting.
Obviously, got some fame from Hamilton.
Yeah, right there.
So,
yep.
Yeah.
Hamilton, right there.
So yeah.
Interesting.
Looks like it's going to be good. So although set photos are we've had some movies say that we get some set photos and you're like, oh, it's going to be fantastic, and then not so much. So other news, Jamie Foxx dropped. Well, hold on. Before I get into that, Rosario Dawson might have let the cat out the bag.
What?
With John Bernthal coming back as Punisher.
I saw something, but I didn't know it was her.
Yeah, she was doing an interview, and she was talking about how she didn't get to work with him as her character in Daredevil and Luke Cage, and the Defenders, respectively. So she says, I'm excited to work with John again, or John this time. So, oops.
So
it'll probably be a D23 announcement for sure.
So I guess she's gonna be in the new Daredevil show.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah.
Okay.
She'll be a night nurse like.
So if you're gonna bring her back, I think you gotta bring back the rest of Froggy, the guy who plays Froggy, and the other chick too. You gotta bring them all back, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I like all of them.
Yeah, that was a great cast. But going back to what I did say, Jamie Foxx did drop some updates on Spawn. Apparently, it's still a go.
Really?
Yeah. So he'll be playing Al Simmons, also known as Spawn. So he dropped some updates on that, and nothing concrete yet, no dates yet, no other than, Todd McFarlane's going to get behind the camera. He's been doodling like crazy to get, concept art out there. But he specifically did say that some of the test stuff that he saw McFarlane working on with just the costume and the cape, like fully enveloping the entire screen, he said was like jaw dropping. So that would be an awesome movie to see in IMAX if that's the case.
Oh yeah, I really like the first Spawn, the OG Spawn.
Yeah,
I enjoy it for what it's worth.
Yeah,
it was fun. Like when Johnny Leguizamo is another one. I thought he was awesome. Like Michael J. White, the Jai White. Like I enjoyed the first Spawn.
Yeah, and not to mention the HBO animated series too with Keith David as Al Simmons.
Oh, is that who? Keith David is on everything. Actually, speaking of, that's a good segue by Keith David. Rick and Morty. And that wasn't even planned at all.
Oh, nope, not at
all. Rick and Morty, season 6.
Yeah.
September 4th. I saw a commercial for it on TV just now, and I'm excited for that one.
Yeah.
And you guys probably don't know this. I've met Justin Roiland before.
Yeah.
So
you lucky bastard.
Oh yes, it was an experience when I met Justin Roiland. So quick story time, people. So lay your heads down, get your nice little pillow, get on the covers. Let Dave tell you a story. So yeah, how y'all gonna be was I used to do Uber back in the day, and I picked up this guy named Justin from his house in Austin. And so me and him was talking, and I asked him, of course, simple question, the normal question you ask an Uber driver, or Uber drivers ask you, hey, what do you do for a living? And he was like, I make video games. I said, okay, cool. What kind of game you making? He mentioned I'm making at the time, this was had to be 2016, maybe 2015. I'm making a Rick and Morty game. I was like, oh, okay, cool. I love that show. I was telling him. He said, oh, really? Oh, yeah. I was like, oh, yeah, I love Rick and Morty. He said, oh, what do you think about Rick and Morty? I said, oh, man, it's fucking crazy. All the shit they do on there, it's pretty funny. And he said, okay, cool. And then he literally asked me what's my favorite episode. At the time, my favorite episode was the last episode of episode 1, I think, where at the end sequence, you see Rick, Morty, and Summer in the yard talking about, shake that ass, bitch, let me see what you got. Shake that ass.
The
bitch,
party.
Right, party. See that shit, guys? Shake that ass, bitch. And they
Season 2.
Yeah. So I was telling him that he just died laughing. And so he was like, oh, guess what? I can do the voices for Rick and Morty. I was like, alright. I'm thinking, alright, whatever, cool, okay, yeah, whatever. So he started to do the voices of Rick and Morty. I'm like, okay, that's cool. That's pretty fucking good. He kept talking. I was like, oh shit, that's really good. Like, damn, fool, like you're really good. He kept talking. So we're now like maybe 10 to 15 minutes in this conversation with himself as Rick and Morty. I'm like, hold on, who the fuck is this guy? This guy's really good. And we pull up to the hotel. He's like, hi, my name is Justin Roiland. I'm the creator and the voices of Rick and Morty. I literally put my car in park, turn around like, bro, we need to fucking talk. He starts laughing. And I'm like, dude, how'd you even, please tell me what the hell in your mind, how'd you come up with this? And he was talking about him and Dan Harmon and everything like that. And of course, Back to the Future, references and that kind of deal. And I asked him, I said, hey, does Adult Swim ever get on you? At the time, I think maybe it was probably maybe 2 or 3 seasons in, maybe at the time. He told me literally that Adult Swim producers, executive team has never, ever push back on any kind of subject matter ever. Literally, Rick and Morty is probably the only show that has 100% free reign to do whatever it wants.
That's cool.
I mean, completely do anything it wants. I was like, that's insane. He's like, yeah, because he mentioned like a lot of executives from Adult Swim and the Cartoon Network and such has gone to other shows that, hey, you need to push back and down back, whatever. For them, nothing. He said he's never had that been questioned. They just go. So, and with that being said, you kind of see that now when you watch the seasons progress. they keep pushing the envelope. Like they have free reign, open check to say, hey, okay, if it's going to bring in ratings, people love it. You know, Rick and Morty is now like on Adidas commercials. Yeah. It did shit for Pringles, Wendy's. So even major companies,
McDonald's bring back the Szechuan sauce.
That shit's good.
So good.
That Szechuan sauce is fucking good. But yeah, so for those two guys to kind of get mainstream, even though they're both assholes and douchebags in the way they do shit, and Rick's an unfit father, unfit grandfather, and an alcoholic, the shit, is pop culture out there. And so the best part is about that, it was that I got a picture with him. He actually drew me a freelance drawing of Rick and Morty I have to this day. And he followed me we follow each other on Twitter. Trifecta, bitch. I got all that. And so, and then I think a year later, when the Rickmobile came to town, I actually was able to go down to where the Rickmobile was at
Alamo Draft House on Lamar?
Yes, went down south. Mm-hmm. And so I drove by there, took video, and I sent it to him through Twitter. Said, hey, check this out. He was like, that's fucking awesome. And that kind of deal. And so, yeah, so that's my little story of how I met Justin Rowland in my Uber. So, yeah, he's a pretty cool dude. He's pretty awesome.
All right, man. You're cool.
Yeah. Fucking right I am, bitch. Fucking right I am. But I'm excited for it.
I love Rick and Morty. One of my personal comic book grails is Rick and Morty #1
nice.
From Oni Press. So hopefully if I ever go to like a big con and they're there, I'd love to get that autographed and signed. But I still remember seeing the first episode by accident.
Oh really?
Yeah, it was when we were in California, and it was literally the first season, and it was the very first episode, and it makes me laugh to this day. Rick stumbling in on Morty's room, and he's like, I've done it, Morty. I've done it. I had to do it. And then all of a sudden it cuts to them flying in his spaceship, talking about how he made a bomb that's going to kill everybody on Earth except for him, Morty. And they're on their way to go pick up the girl that he likes from high school so they could procreate to start the race over. But the best, and that's funny in itself. But the funniest part is Rick tells him, he goes, and look, Morty, you don't have to worry about me. I'm not that guy. I'm not going to try to steal your chick. That is the best part. That's the best part of that whole first scene. So, I hope they continue their run with Rick and Morty.
I think was it 2 years ago? They signed like another 3 or 4 years extra. Yeah. I think they signed a long-term contract. For seasons. Mm-hmm. That's back when they were still doing 4. And everyone's like, okay, are we gonna do 5? Like, what's taking 5 so long?
Yeah.
And then 5, now 6. So I think they signed up for like another, at the time, 100+ episodes, which it was like 5 extra seasons. Yeah. It was some crazy number.
We'll see what they do. Unfortunately, my thing is I hope that it still continue to be relevant and clever, and just not the same shenanigans, every season, which it hasn't. I'm not saying that it is. I'm just saying, my fears.
Yeah.
Once a lot of times what'll happen is you hit a roadblock as a writer, and you just.
Yeah, I just like how they always go back to a reference that from a different season to make it relate to what the hell is happening at the current timeline.
Or like last season with the just in passing conversation where you find out that the real Beth is dead.
Yeah, they've been dead. Yeah, just a random ass cover. I mean,
there was a rumor for the longest time is the real Beth dead? Yeah, she is. And then what's left is actually the mom is the third clone. The second clone is the one that's in space.
Yeah, the one that with the shaved hair.
Yeah. So it was a running gag for a while, and now we know.
Yeah, and so now Morty is the evil Morty went to the golden portal or whatever. So now I'm trying to see when the fuck he went to and that kind of deal. So, but yeah, I'm excited for that shit.
Yeah,
a couple weeks. That's Labor Day weekend actually.
Yeah, Labor Day weekend. So not only do we have Austin Books and Comics Labor Day sale coming back, which has been on hiatus for a few years.
Oh yeah.
But then we have Rick and Morty. We have
we got
She-Hulk. We have Andor,
and we have those two. I Am Groot, which I heard I Am Groot is awesome.
Yeah.
The animated short.
Mm-hmm.
They say it's really good. It's like very cute. Like people are gonna love it.
Yeah, I heard it's on the same par as the Olaf shorts, where it's like it's funny, it's cute, it's it's a big win for Disney. So
yeah. And speaking of next cartoon shows, which this was not planned either, Sonic 3, baby.
Oh yeah.
And his daughter, me and her already have a buddy daughter date to go see Sonic 3. So yeah, Sonic 3.
What's funny is when I told her and I showed her the picture, she's like, "Where's the trailer?" I said, "Baby." I said, "Baby." Mind you, my daughter's 5 years old. She's about to turn 6, and she, I was like, "Baby, there's no trailer. They just announced it." She's like, "Well, should they just keep that to themselves?" And I go, "Well, it's supposed to get people excited." She's like, "Well, I'm excited, but I want to watch it now." And I'm like, "I get it. Watch Sonic Boom on Hulu."
Right. So Sonic 3 from December 20th, 2024. So yes, I will be there opening night. I'll probably be with this guy because his daughter Penelope is a diehard Sonic fan. I am too. Yep. Knuckles is my favorite. So I told her, and she said, "Yes, we're going." So I was like, "Hey, I'll join her to go see the movie." She's like, "Please do," because yes, I'm excited for Sonic, and of course Shadow will be the guy, or the Hedgehog, whatever.
Shadow.
Question now is
Silver going to be in it?
Well, not just Silver. Is it's Jim Carrey going to be in it, because he technically said he retired.
He retired, yeah.
So is he even going to be in the movie? Because we already know James Madison going to be in the movie. Tika Sumpter going to be in the movie. Those two you may have some other adults, but I think those are going to be the only main two adults in the movie. I think it's going to be more about like Amy and I think at some point they may go to space.
Yeah.
Or who knows? It might come. Shadow's already here. He's been here, so they'll probably find out. He may say, "Hey, I want to take over the world," whatever. They may end up going to space. They may end up finding Amy, or who knows? Amy may do what Knuckles did. Amy gonna find them.
Yeah.
And say, "Hey," because Amy probably been looking for Shadow the entire time, and being that he's been locked up.
Yeah.
She has no recollection of where he is, but when he breaks free, oh shit! I finally maybe a sensor or a beaker, whatever it is.
The energy.
Yes, and she's gonna see, and she's gonna find that, and come down to Earth too as well.
Yeah.
To where they all probably end up going to space at the end of part 3. Who knows? But it's very much possible.
Which I'm interested to see because, in terms of color, right? Obviously, when Sonic is blue, Tails is yellow or a lighter shade of orange. Then you have Knuckles as red, and I believe in the video game Shadow's speed color is also red, which will probably on film be a little bit too much. It'd be cool to see like a black shadowy kind of trail.
Yeah.
I think that would look cool. Akin to like a Darksaber-esque, like they did in Star Wars.
Yeah, like I would say when he's actually in his speed position, you're gonna probably see the center of him gonna be a red, and the outside line gonna be black. Like so, you got like
Tron.
Yes, exactly. Cool. To where yeah, actually that would work. Actually, where the outside will be black, and the main portion of him is when he's actually running. That kind of deal is all red.
Yeah.
And kind of, I think that would be pretty awesome.
Yeah.
See, so.
Whew. Well, we ran through the gamut on that one, guys. So I hope you're ready for that Fast and Furious.
Yeah, that was a lot.
This show was very Fast and Furious. Next show,
it's about family. Next show will be about family. Family.
It's all about family, Dom. In the words of Sonic. But next show we'll be covering some things. I have still yet to see Prey. I know you said the same thing.
I've seen. I need to see that shit.
I really need to see that. I need to get on the ball. I need to finish Sandman.
Bro, that's my next one too. I need to start that. So Christine was gonna start it yesterday, but I told her not to because you are the Pluckers. Yeah. I was like, no, we need actually time to watch this shit.
Yeah,
because I heard it's damn good.
It's really good.
So I need time to actually sit down and binge watch it.
From what I've seen already, it's really good.
Yeah, and it's people that I've seen on Facebook and Twitter. They are really raving that. Just people love this show, which is crazy.
Well, see what happens,
Yeah, so I'm trying to think what else out there is going to be coming out besides those two I need to catch up on. I'm trying to think, of course, besides the new shows from Marvel.
Yeah.
Other than that, we're actually about to be in August. Before you know it, we're going to be in the fall season where all the new shows on TV drop.
Yep. Wow.
I know, time's flying by before you know it, yeah. Because school is technically already started, about to start. I know, I'm sorry. Right. Yeah. So, good times. And then D23 is at the end of September, which we already know the bomb's gonna drop on that motherfucker, boy.
Yeah.
Some good shit.
Honestly,
the tea will be spilled.
Yeah. And I wouldn't be surprised if we don't have a DC fandom before the end of the year. I think if they are really, truly wanting to get the ball rolling on their 10-year plan, they'll have Black Adam already dropped.
Yeah.
So supposedly it's good. Judgment's still out there on that.
Supposedly,
but I'll go see it. I want to see it. I really want to see more. I want to see Hawkman and Dr. Fate.
Yeah,
more than I want
for
to see
sure.
Black Adam, but yeah.
So I think that's it.
That's it. All right, guys. Well, we appreciate you joining us. Again, all of our social media handles will be in the description below. Please like, share, and subscribe to not only Daniel's YouTube channel where you can watch the video version of our podcast, but also to the podcast itself. It is available on Anchor, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. We need you guys' help. We need you guys to get us into the algorithm so other people can see this content as well. So please like, share, comment. Good, bad, ugly. Doesn't matter. If it's ugly, I'll probably cuss you out and ban you. But I'm just kidding. I wouldn't do that.
I'm not ugly, number one. Fuck that. I'm cute as motherfucker. I'm cute at least.
I'm talking about the comments.
Oh. Yeah, that too. That too. Yeah.
But yeah, we appreciate you guys. Thank you guys so much. And we're out.
Peace.
Man.